Well, St. Brown snubbed from the Pro Bowl. I'll tell you what, if I was a Lions fan though, I'd be pretty psyched about this because he's pissed off and he's going to come into the playoffs red hot. The ones who made it to the Pro Bowl instead of St. Brown, Mike Evans, Puka, and A.J. Brown. Now, I thought this was an interesting conversation because it is close. It definitely is close, but was he snubbed? Honestly, I'm not entirely sure about that. Let's just start with A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown versus St. Brown's stats, pretty identical. Honestly, St. Brown's stats with all of them are pretty identical. So it's kind of a wash. But if you were to take one for one A.J. Brown or St. Brown, who would you rather have on your team? For me, that's pretty easy. I'd rather have A.J. Brown. And if we're talking about the team as a whole, A.J. Brown is way more important to the Eagles' offense than St. Brown. If A.J. Brown missed time, or if he was just on another team, Eagles would be trashola. Meanwhile, if, let's say, St. Brown was sidelined for 5 weeks, they still have the run game, they still have all those other receivers, they have Laporta, they'd be good to go. Now let's go to Mike Evans. Again, identical stats, but who would you rather have, honestly? If you were a GM of an NFL team, who would you rather have, Mike Evans or St. Brown? It's close. There is an argument for both. I will admit it is close, but for me personally, I would 100% rather have Mike Evans. I don't know if a lot of people have been watching the Buccaneers this year with Baker Mayfield, but Mike Evans is clear and beyond the MVP of that team. Without Mike Evans, they're not even in the playoff hunt at all. And again, back to what I just said about St. Brown. You take him out, the Lions are still loaded. Now let's go to Puka. This one is like razor thin to me. Who would I rather have, Puka or St. Brown? Honestly, it's tit for tat. It's really close. If someone were to tell me they'd rather have St. Brown than Puka, I'd 100% get it. 100%. I think St. Brown would work really well with the Rams offense and vice versa with Puka. This is the only one out of Mike Evans, A.J. Brown, and Puka. This is the one where I could have easily seen St. Brown over Puka. The only reason why Puka's in the Pro Bowl is because it's the Pro Bowl. Fans vote, and Puka is a rookie, plays for the Rams, bigger market, and he's just done a lot this year. Overall, I definitely understand St. Brown's frustration, but he's got to remember it's a popularity contest. He plays in Detroit, smaller market. I know the Lions have been getting a lot of attention this year, but they're still the Lions. Which also brings in another interesting conversation of the Pro Bowl removing fan votes and having another criteria of getting in. Other Pro Bowl snubs were Brandon Ayuk, straight baller, one of my favorite players. Not really surprised by the snub though, since that offense is so stacked with so many players. Josh Allen, though his stats are pretty loaded, if you watch the Bills play, he throws a lot of crucial interceptions, and like I mentioned earlier, Pro Bowl, voted by the fans. He kind of gets memed sometimes, which is understandable because I don't know if too many people remember, but first 5 games of the year, it was looking real rough. Jared Goff, I understand this one too, again, because the Lions are so loaded, but I don't know. I think he should have been in the Pro Bowl too. I think that's a solid snub. But the biggest snub of this year, in my opinion, is definitely CJ Stroud. This one I do not understand. He's a rookie. He's made so many flashy plays, flashy throws. You would think that would get everyone's attention, but I honestly don't know why he got snubbed. He's been in contention for the MVP this year. This just does not make any sense to me at all. But it's interesting because in the Hall of Fame, in order to get inducted into the Hall of Fame, the media votes for each player. I think that's an interesting way to get selected. I don't know if that's the number one way to go, but I don't know. I think it might be more superior than a popularity contest. But the con to that is if you're a super controversial guy, even though you have Hall of Fame stats, i.e. Antonio Brown, unfortunately he's never going to make it to the Hall of Fame, even though he should. But because he's he's AB, he ain't going to make it. For the All-Pro, the players vote, which I think is the best way to go with everything going forward. Hall of Fame, Pro Bowl, All-Pro, I think they should just stick with that. Let your peers, let the other players vote on who should do what, who should go where. I just think that's the way to go. Because who else knows better than the guy beside you, the guy playing against you, the guy actually out there with you every single day, not only on game days. So if I was Roger Goodell or some upper management guy, I would switch the Pro Bowl voting to peer-based voting. I get it. I do understand why it's a popularity contest because all the skills competition and blah, 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 but I don't know. There's incentive involved, and I just think something like that, when there's bread on the line, I think it should be taken a little more seriously than the fans voting for it. But let me know what you think. Anyways, I'll leave the question up to you. Was St. Brown really snubbed? Or was it fair? Was it justice? And if you think he was snubbed, who would you replace him with? Let me know. Peace.
Got to give the defense some credit. On first down, there's so many things the offense can do. They were ready for that play, and they stopped it.
The Lions take it from the 43. Makes the catch in the open field. Going to take it the distance. In stride, and he's home for the touchdown.
How about this gift? A wide open receiver down the field. The quarterback, good job of finding him. He throws it down there, and he gets the easy touchdown.
Touchdown, got the two-point conversion. People love to go for two in this game, don't they?
Well, they do, and you know what? Now I guess you and I just can't sit here and blast the coach for a bad decision. When you pick up the 2 points, you can't complain about what they're trying to do.
And Larry Ridley is coming up next. With this kick, the second half is underway. Fields the football at the 8. And he's tackled right at the 30-yard line after that return. The Seahawks offense trots out onto the field, looking to get into the end zone and see if they can turn the tide in this one, partner.
Well, the fact that they are losing this game so far, the sense of urgency is there on the offensive side. You know, you have many plays in that playbook. I think they need to try a few different ones here in the second half.
On his way. Quinn's there to make the stop.
The Seahawks, good job that time moving the chains, picking up that first down. And, Jim, of course, there's no time to panic in a situation like this. I think they know that. It's in the second half. You're down just a few points. Just keep looking for ways.
Power surge for 6. Touchdown.
You got to give the offensive line just a lot of credit. It's first and goal. They just line up and power the football in there. Nice run, but a great job by the O-line.
And the point after is good. The Lions back now for the return, going to look to try and get back on top. Scores 14-13. It'll be a touchback. The Lions have impressed today with some of these deep passes. Stafford's been showing off that cannon he has for an arm.
Yeah, he's got it all, doesn't he? When you watch him throw the football down the field, you can see the arm strength, but the biggest thing is you can see that wonderful touch on the football. He is laying that football in there right on the money.
First down at the 20. Looking long. And it's knocked down.
That's what you have to do as a defensive back. You got to wait to the last second. Wait till the receiver uses his hands. And once they go up, put your hand in between them and knock that football down. What a play. When you run the football like this and you show toughness, there is no doubt when you fake it and try to throw the football down the field, the quarterback's going to have all day to get it done.
And here's the toss. He's brought down. That's going to bring up fourth down.